Hello, 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 hello. Can you all hear me all right? Good evening, good evening, good evening. Hi, Diana. Hi, Aurora. How is everyone? Don't forget to hit that like and share button as you come in. I hope everyone is doing well. We're just waiting for more to join us. Don't forget to say hello when you come in so that I know who's here. Oh, good, Diana. I'm glad to hear everybody's okay. Eating dinner, having coffee, and here. Yay! I haven't had dinner yet. Had a very late lunch. It wasn't much of a lunch, but I did eat. So there we go. We're just waiting for more people to join us. Sorry, I'm parched. It was rather warm here today. Was it warm where you are? Nachos. Oh, my nachos. Now I am truly, truly, truly jealous. I really, truly, seriously am. Hi, Rhonda. How are you, sweetheart? For those of you just coming in, don't forget to hit the like button. That helps with our algorithms. Sharing helps even more. The more people who hit the like button and share and leave comments, the better it is for us and the more people who get to see us. Ignore my hair. Yes, I got a little tune-up. I went to my stylist yesterday. We thought we'd be leaving Thursday for Kentucky, but that's been postponed because Greg had to have his surgery and he's not recovering nearly as quickly as he would like. So we are postponing it, delaying it just a little while. Oh, you're in Deadwood? Awesome, Rhonda. It was hot here today, but at least it wasn't humid. So that made me happy. Yeah, we are desperate for rain too. We really are. It hasn't rained nearly enough to make any of us happy. At least not here in Illinois. So but it was warm today, but it was still a good day. The birds were singing. It wasn't humid, which makes me happy. Um, it was a bright, sunny, beautiful day, and Malaya's doing just fine. I posted on Facebook um, what my current writing view was because I was sitting in the parking lot waiting for Emily to come out with Malaya, our little warrior princess, and she's fine. She's fine. She's fine. Just a little allergic reaction to something that, not sure what, think it might have been a new detergent, but anyway, it's all good. Yeah, fresh rain with the windows open. I hear ya. Now, I love the smell of freshly mowed grass and the smell of the grass after it's rained. It reminds me of a watermelon. I don't know why. I don't know why. It just does. I need to put my spectacles on. I really do. We're working on a new setup. Hi, Ashley Doris. How are you, dear? Okay. Yeah. Oklahoma got about 5 inches before we left Monday to travel here. More expected Thursday. Well, if you could see to it, Rhonda, to send some our way, I would be eternally grateful. I really would. I have got to fix these earbuds. They're driving me bananas. So, did anybody get to write this week? Anybody? Show of hands who wrote this week? I realize it's Wednesday, only Wednesday, or already read Wednesday, depending on how you look at it. Um, anyone? Anyone? Yay! So, for those of you who got to write this week, this is for you. Good for you. Good for everybody. Yay, all of you. That's good. That's good news. I did get some writing in. Most of it was dealing with Orbellis and getting that little nasty mess fixed. Oh, that was a nightmare. Thank God for Shannon Nemechek. Oh, man. It was like 3 hours, 4 hours on a Zoom call getting it fixed. And I'm just so thankful. So we will be updating the new files. And we're giving it one more read through just to make sure that all the changes saved this time. And as soon as I have that back, and I will format new files and upload them, and all will be good in the world. So question for our audience tonight. Do you find it more difficult to write in the summer months or in the winter months? That is the question. Is it easier for you to write? Is it more difficult to write in the summertime or in the wintertime? Oh, good to hear, Ashley. Good for you. Both? Okay. Well, that's good, Aurora. The new keyboard can be motivational with all the clickety-clackities. I find it slightly, I don't know, a little more difficult for me to write in the summer months because there are so many wonderful distractions. Flower gardens. We don't do vegetable gardens anymore because the deer here are rather domesticated and they think that we plant the garden for their use. And so we don't do vegetables, but we do plant a lot of flowers. And we do particularly look for certain kinds of perennials that deer don't like. And for those plants, maybe I should swoop here because we're talking about summertime. Anyway, for me, the flower garden is very distracting because it is so gorgeous. My deck and our new front flower bed is just absolutely stunning. And to help keep the deer and the moles and the rabbits out, we prefer to take a very humane approach. I know some people like to sprinkle cayenne pepper onto their plants, and we don't like doing that. We think that's rather cruel. So what we do, and it's worked fabulously well, believe it or not, is Bounce fabric softener sheets. Not Snuggle, not any generic brand, just the good old-fashioned, simple Bounce fabric sheets. And all it takes is one or two, depending on the size of your plants, and we just Kevin has these big nails, and we just poke it into the ground and it stays there, and we might have to replace them a couple times a season, and that's it. And the deer and the rabbit do not like the smell of it. So yes, they do not like the smell, and so that's been helpful. But they still walk up and down our driveway, and they still, munch on grass elsewhere, and we're fine with that. We just, spent a lot of money on that new flower garden, and we'd like to see it last. So the flower garden's coming up beautifully. So that's been a huge distraction for me. My grandkids is another distraction because, it's summertime. Nobody has any school. There's plenty of time to do lots of fun and exciting things. So I do have myself on a schedule, and I know a schedule does not work for everybody, especially for those of you who do have children in the house. You've got summer camp, you've got, play dates and pool parties, and you want to go camping or you want to go on vacation. And I'm saying do all those things, right? Do all those things. Have fun with your kids. Enjoy those memories that you're making with them. But still allow yourself I don't care if it's 15 to 30 minutes a day. Set aside time for just you to either write or plot or do notes for your books. It's really quite simple. It's okay to do all of those things to make those wonderful memories, to spend time with your family and your children and everything. But if this is your business, and it's my advice to treat it like a business, and treat it as though if you, well, no, I'm not going to say that. But if this is your business, if you are a full-time writer, squeeze in the time because it's really, really important. I'm sorry, I'm reading some of the comments. So it's kind of hard sometimes to squeeze in that time, right? And we think we have way too much to do, right? There's not enough hours in the day. Trust me, I have many, 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 many days like that. But if you really want to improve your craft and you really want to take this seriously, because some of you are just in this as a hobby, and that's fine. You can write to your heart's content and never publish anything, and that's okay, right? But if you want to be successful at this and you want to treat it like a business, then you do need to set out time. It doesn't have to be 7 days a week, but set aside little chunks of time, just like Allie Pleiter recommends, just little chunks of time, 15 minutes here, 30 minutes there. I've heard some authors say, oh yeah, I take my kids to the park and I write while they play. Well, depending on the ages of those children, if they're younger, I wouldn't take the laptop with me to write. I would just spend that time with those babies. But that's just my personal opinion. Now, if they're older, like my grandson, 12, 13 years old, oh yeah, let them play while you write. There is nothing wrong with that. Oh, good, Diana. So I think it's okay to spend that precious, precious time with your family, but it's equally important that you set aside time for your writing. So that's what tonight's show is about how to not be too distracted during the summer months. But you all have calendars on your phones, on your iPads, on your laptops, on your computers, whatever. And you can schedule those play dates. You can schedule the pool time. You can schedule, summer camp and jobs. If you still have full-time day jobs or even part-time day jobs. You get your schedule every week. Give your writing schedule to your family, right? Your boss says you need to be here Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, noon to 4, right? Or noon to 6 or whatever. Y'all have no problem giving that schedule to your families, right? To your husbands, to your significant others, your wives, whatever. Why is it we find it so difficult to give a writing schedule to our family? Hi, Amy. I don't understand why we find it sometimes so difficult to say, okay, this is my writing schedule for this week. I just need, 2 hours on Tuesday, 3 hours on Wednesday, and, an hour and a half on Friday, right? That's your set aside time to write. Just like if you get a work schedule, a lot of jobs are 8 to 5, 7 to 11, whatever, or 11 to 7. And some jobs, the part-time jobs, they vary each week. So if you can give your family your daytime job schedule, I say you can also give them your schedule for the week for writing. Okay? And it doesn't have to be 8-10 hours a day. Okay? It does not have to be that. Just those little chunks of time throughout the week to let your family know, okay, I need this time to myself because I need to write this many words. However you want to put it. Yes, that's true, Diana. Sometimes the family does not see writing as a job. Um, and that's okay. You just have to show them that this is important to you and you would like to take it seriously and you would like to get better at it. Um, how would they feel if you were taking a pottery class or a painting class or, craft class of some sort, or you were learning how to knit, or a swim class at the Y, or time to exercise or whatever. How does your family respond to all those things, right? Um, some people just don't get it, Aurora. Some don't, and you cannot. Let me put it this way: there are certain authors in certain situations where the entire family or their spouse or significant other or whatever family members think that they are just wasting their precious time. It's pointless. This isn't going to get you anywhere. Why do you think you could do this, etc., etc., etc. You and you don't want to hear those words come out of their mouth, right? Because those words are hurtful. And you're not going to get them to stop, right? You are looking for a blessing from these people who don't understand and don't believe in you, right? You're looking for a blessing that you are never ever going to get. So my advice is to ignore those people. Don't share your writing journey with them. If all they're going to do is, knock you down, beat you down, make jokes, criticize, that type of thing, don't share your journey with them. It's that writing journey is yours, right? This is your writing journey. This is something you love to do. You do not have to share that gift with anyone who is not going to appreciate it or understand it, right? It's okay that these people, these negative Nellies in your life don't believe in you. You can't change it, right? You just are not going to change their opinions. So, again, don't share your writing journey with them. That's your precious, private secret. That is your precious dream. Share it with us. Share it with your author friends that you have made or are continuing to make. Reach out to us and share your experiences with us. Okay? Let those negative Nellies live in their world of negativity. Okay? Just let them have it. You don't need their approval. You don't need their blessing, and you're never going to get that blessing, and you're never going to get their approval until you can show them the money. And unfortunately, that is very, very true. Yeah, you don't have to share anything with anybody. You can share all that good stuff with us, right? That's what we're here for. This is your Wednesday night safe space. This is where you come to make friends and to chat in the chat with other authors, which is perfectly acceptable, and to make those friends and build your network and share your journey with us, because we get it. We understand it. We know how hard it can be. I have had family members, distant family members, swear up and down that I just write porn. That's what they call it. Porn. I write porn. Y'all have read most of my books, right? We cannot. You just can't call it that. You just can't. My books are not porn. My dad sets them straight and says, no, she doesn't. She writes love stories. I kind of like that. So I don't say I write romance to certain people. I write love stories because that's what my daddy said. Yeah, I don't write porn. I don't write porn. I just don't. I just don't. 99% of my books, sex happens behind closed doors, off the pages. There's a couple where, it happens on the pages. But it's not, I think it's tastefully done. So I have a motto. You all can clean it up to use as you wish. But basically, blank them if they can't take a joke. That's how I feel. Yeah, my dad, he's very proud of me. He tells everybody I write them. He says, Susie writes them love stories. I just love him. Yes, it does. It does, Ashley. I agree. Yeah, not everybody. See, if you're not into the industry, okay, I'm going to put this up here. Amy says, I had to explain to someone yesterday about bodice rippers. We're going to swoop. I don't know why I swoop, because I never come back in and timestamp anything. I had to explain to someone yesterday about bodice rippers. People who don't read romance novels don't know what a bodice ripper is. Okay? And if they have read old romance, 60s, 70s, 80s, their idea of what a romance novel is like can be skewed. And that's okay. They're not in this industry. They don't get it, right? Just like, let's say the auto industry, okay? I know how to work on really old cars, pre-computers. I know how to hotwire an old car. Couldn't hotwire a new one today. Back in the day, like a 1973 Chevy whatever, I knew how to change the oil. I knew how to gap spark plugs. I knew how to do all those things, right? Because my dad made sure. But on the newer cars, I couldn't begin to tell you how to change the oil in any of these, right? So everybody's experience is different. So like, I don't know how to build a car. I don't know how to build a house. There's lots of things I don't know how to do, but I do know how to write a book. So try to put yourselves in the other person's shoes. If they are not in this industry, they just don't get it, and they're not going to get it, okay? Now, some of them are, most people are really nice about it, right? If you say, say for instance, you're telling somebody, I write Scottish historical romance. No, they're not bodice rippers. And they're like, what is a bodice ripper? They're not being cruel. They're not being mean. They just want to know. And it's your job to educate them. Dinah says, I don't drive, so I can't tell anyone anything. That's too funny. Yes, Ashley says, it takes a lot more talent to write these fabulous love stories. It's totally different. It is. So the whole point of this is you stop looking, stop seeking, stop searching for that blessing that your heart wants and your soul desires from people who are never going to give it to you. And that's a really hard thing to do. That is not easy. I'm not saying cut yourself out of these, cut these people out of your life. I'm not saying anything like that, okay? You're still their family. You're still their friend. You're still their whatever. And you know that you can go to them for other things. But the writing, if they don't understand it, if they don't get it, they're not going to, okay? So it's basically show me the money. Prove to me, this is the person who can sometimes be critical and say things like it's just a hobby or it's pointless, blah, blah, blah. Prove to them, just prove them wrong, but make that a silent battle. Because success is the absolute best revenge. Right? Hi, Christina. Oh, I hear ya. Okay, we're going to swoop because Susan is going to digress for a moment. Okay. I defy you to find it, to show me or give me an example of something that is any better, any more comforting, any more luxurious than in the summertime, you take a nice hot shower and get into a bed with clean sheets. Oh, that is, to me, that's just, I don't need to go to a spa. To me, that is going to a spa. Oh, okay. We're going to take a vote. Leave your comments, leave your vote in the comment section, okay? Let me show you something first. Well, okay. Is it justifiable homicide to your significant other because he has you up on this ladder? I don't know if you can see it. Ignore my mess. This ladder. I can't see the top of it, right? It's backwards. Cleaning your chandelier way up there, 10-foot ceilings. You're up there shaking because you really don't want to do it yourself and you're really hoping your husband will just take over. Because I don't like being on ladders. I'm not as bad with heights as I am with water. But anyway, I am on this damn ladder. 10-foot ceilings that I can touch. I'm on the 4th rung. There's 5 rungs, right? Cleaning this damn chandelier. The doorbell rings. It's after 5 o'clock at night. Who can it be? I'm on this ladder in my office. He knows. Now, he's been married to me since 2005. So what is that? Long time. 18 years. He knows that I am as graceful as a 3-legged billy goat, right? I can't dance. I have absolutely no grace. Great, right? He leaves me to go answer the door. And I'm like, okay, you'll find. Just keep waiting. He'll be right back. It's probably just a delivery. I wait. And I wait. And I wait. And I wait. That's okay. Here's the culprit. I wait and I wait and I wait, and he never comes back. Did you, Evan?
Sorry.
He answers the door, totally forgets that I'm in here on this ladder that makes me feel I'm 3,000 feet off the ground, to talk to a guy selling solar panels. So I ask you, ladies, and gentlemen, is it just justifiable if I my husband for leaving me stranded on that friggin' ladder that high off the ground for 15 minutes? I just want to know, yes or no, justifiable or not? I'm sitting there, legs are starting to shake because this isn't a normal ladder where you have the hard, steps, like it's a solid step. Oh no. This thing will expand to, I don't know, 30 feet, something ridiculous like that. But the steps are like the size of a sausage, right? Like a bratwurst. They're it's not a comfortable thing to stand on. Now he can get up this ladder and throw a leg over and straddle. Or stand on the very top rung. I can't do that. I can't do that. It is only by the grace of God that I am still here. And it's only by my love of this man that he is still here. Everybody say yes, yes, yes. It's justifiable. That's what my friend and my sister said, because I called my sister. I said, I'm phoning a friend. Then I called my bestie, Shelly. I'm phoning a friend. Oh, see, I'm not too afraid of heights. It depends on what the situation is. I don't like cliffs. I don't do cliffs. I'm okay on a step ladder. I can do step ladders. Step ladders don't bother me. But this ladder, did you see? Did you see? Whoops, all my messes. See, those aren't regular steps. Those are a little narrow, so that when you expand it. Anyway, I digress. And it's a safe ladder. It really is. And then my son, he comes in, well, I'll do it for you, Mom. And I knocked off one of my little crystals off my chandelier. I'm like, Mike, are you afraid of heights? Or ladders? And he's like, no. I said, well, can you hang this? And it was really up there high. And my son, who is 6'3", only had to step up one rung to hang it. But that's okay. That's okay. I can do a step ladder. It's fine. Step ladders don't bother me. I'm not getting on the roof. In my youth, I did, but not now. I understand my mortality these days. It's like, that's too dangerous. I don't want to take time out for a hip replacement or a broken arm or anything. Give me the easiest stuff. I'm older now. So I can't wait to tell him that the consensus is he was a turd for leaving me stranded. When he could have come in and said, hey, honey, there's a guy at the door I want to talk to, that would have been acceptable, right? But, oh, no. And then, after bitching about how high the power bills have been, he leaves the front door standing wide open so he can talk to this guy. I saw that, Christina. Oh, my gosh. Yes, I heard about, I think we need a moment of silence. Julie Garwood passed away on June 8th in Kansas City, Missouri. And yes, that Julie Garwood. And yes, I did cry. So I think we should just have a moment of silence. I loved her writing style. I loved her books. I didn't know who she was until I started writing. And one of the best compliments I ever received in a review, I think, was it Finley's Last or Wee Williams Moment. It's one of my very first books. And the reader, the person leaving the review, said this book was hilarious. It reminded me of a Julie Garwood novel. And a couple other people were saying that. And I'm like, well, who's this Julie Garwood chick? Seriously, I didn't have a clue who Julie Garwood was. And so I Googled, and I'm like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. They are saying my books are as funny as Julie Garwood's novels. Because if you've read her historicals, Ransom, The Bride, The Gift, I've read each of those books, all of her Scottish historicals, all of them, at least 5 times. At least, bare minimum. So to get that kind of compliment was just, even though I didn't know who the hell she was, but just knowing that she was, a New York Times bestselling author, and she'd had all these books out, and she wrote all these different stories, and she'd been around forever, and that was just like, that made my heart do a pitter-patter. The prize. Yes, the prize. I have them all. Yeah, my mom introduced me to James Patterson and Ed McBain and any thriller, spy, detective novel out there. Diana says, my mom introduced me to her books. The first ones I read was the For the Roses series. I have read her books since, I think I was around 16 then. Yeah, Lion's Lady. Yes. Castles. The Secret and Ransom. That whole series. Oh, she can make you cry. She can make you laugh. She can make you think. Really think about things. And so for me to get that compliment meant a lot. And then I had other people say, I had one reviewer say, who the hell does she think she is? Is she trying to be Diana Gabaldon? Well, I didn't know who Diana Gabaldon was. I never heard of her. I never heard of that woman before in my life because I never read romance, right? Never read it. And then so I Googled her and I'm like, oh, wow. But the reader who left that comment, they were just so rude. She'll never be Diana Gabaldon or however you say it. I can't even pronounce her last name. I'm so sorry. Oh, yes. Her Secret and Ransom were awesome as audiobooks. Yes. Yep. I just, so when people started texting me the other night that she had passed away, I did cry. Because I think it was a tremendous loss to the writing community. And it was just heartbreaking, I think. Just heartbreaking. Because she was so talented. Never met her. But yeah, I loved her stories. That's okay. Not she's not everybody's taste. And that's okay. Lots of people love Stephen King and Dean Koontz. I can't read Stephen King or Dean Koontz. That's how good they are. They terrify the bloody hell right out of me. I can't read them because they are far too scary. Like nightmares for nights after scary. So, I'm not dissing them or anything. I respect these writers, these men, these authors. Respect the hell out of them. But I can't read them. I just can't. Now, I did read Doris Claiborne that Stephen King wrote? Doris Claiborne? I think that was it. I read that one. Oh, loved it. Yeah, everybody's saying The Secret and Ransom were their favorites. Yes. Oh, no. Can't watch The Shining. Can't read The Shining. Can't do horror. I just can't. But I agree. Ransom and The Secret, all of those. I just, I've got them memorized. I know what's coming on the next page. But I still love those stories. So, and I never understood because people would say, oh, I'm waiting for whatever book of yours, Susan, to come out. So I'm rereading this one. And I'm like, we already read it. Why would you reread it? Now I understand. Dolores Claiborne. Thank you, Amy Findlay. Now I get it. And to me, that's a tremendous compliment when someone tells me they've read my books more than once. I will be done soon, I promise. The Outlander series? Yes. And I read the first book and I loved it. I really thought it was good. But then because people were, giving me all these big names of authors I had never heard of, right? So, while I'm writing my books, I'm trying to learn who these other authors are. And after reading them, I'm like, I want to write as beautifully and as poetically as these women do. So that I didn't want to copy them. I just didn't want to copy them. But I wanted to make sure that my books, my writing, had the same level of passion, descriptions, love, intrigue, as Julie Garwood's books did. Eloquently. Thank you. That's the word I wanted, Amy Findlay, was eloquently. But that was my goal, was to write as beautifully and as eloquently as Julie Garwood did. And then I read Catherine Lynn Davis, Too Deep for Tears. I'm telling you what, that's probably my most favorite book of all time, is that particular book. And that's okay, Diana. That's one wonderful thing about, you know, being a free people. We can read what we want and we can write what we want. Right? Anyway, it was really sad to learn that she had passed away. I'm trying to keep up with the comments. I remember Dark Shadows, Amy. Wasn't that on in the afternoon? It was like a soap opera of sorts, but with vampires or something. I'm trying to read, and there is a lag from the time you actually post a comment on YouTube to the time I can actually read it. So it looks like I'm just, yeah, Ghost of Witches. Yes, yes. I do remember that. Mom wouldn't let me watch it. Gothic soap opera. Thank you. See, Amy, you're my word girl. With the Adderall, some people okay. Let's swoop. Okay. Y'all have been on this depression and ADD journey with me, right? I've talked to several people who, when they take certain antidepressants, I take Lexapro, so I don't have this problem, all the voices in their head go away. And blessedly, my voices have not gone away. Thank you, sweet Jesus, for Vyvanse. Why was I even talking about that? See? Distraction. Anyway, with the Vyvanse / knee brand of Adderall, I sometimes forget words. Not just when I'm writing, but when I'm speaking. So I'm constantly texting my daughter Emily, hey, what's the word for? And then I describe what it is. Mom, you're thinking of bread. Mom, you're thinking of a plate. It's just kind of funny. That's my point. So yeah, squirrel. Yeah, that's me. But I have been able to really focus on my writing lately, and until I realized there was the whole fiasco with Orabellis. Oh, please, God, never again. I was writing 5,000 and 6,000 words a day on a brand new story. You're right, Diana. We all leave this world with unfinished business. So, Amy, I will be texting you from now on going, hey, what is the word for the round thing made of ceramic that you pour the hot liquidy stuff in? You will know that the Adderall has kicked in. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, I didn't see this. Here's my worry. If I die before I write everything I want to, will I feel unfulfilled? No. And what if Julie has like 10 unfinished books? It's okay. It doesn't matter if you get every book you ever wanted to write done. What matters is that you started and that God bless you with this creativity. I really truly believe that God gives each and every one of us a very special uniqueness, a very special talent. You might not see what that is, but He has still blessed you with it. Some people can sing. Some people can dance. Some people are really good at baking, and some people are better at cooking, and some people are really good at numbers. And some people can tell fabulous stories, and some people can do voices, and some people are really good at organization and cleaning, or building things, or architecture, or bridge building, whatever. As long as you didn't look that gift, that blessing, and see that it was there and ignore it, you can't feel unfulfilled. Amy, are you in our Discord group? If you're in our Discord group, we'll be good. I would have to live to be about 2,000 years old before I wrote every book that's in my head, because I'm always coming up with new book ideas. Something always triggers. I don't want to say trigger. Something always inspires a new story for me. That's why I always have a notepad with me, even if it's a tiny one. And it could be any genre, right? A few weeks ago, we were driving back from my mother-in-law Judy's house, and there was a new bridge, and I noticed for the first time on the opposite side of the road of the bridge, this little tiny dirt road, right? Just a little tiny tree-lined dirt road that I had never seen before. Book idea, out of nowhere. So I started writing down notes. I had to write it down. Now, if I never do anything with it, that's okay. I wrote it down. I know it's there. Yes, Aurora. Oh, what? Wasn't Emily Dickinson, who didn't get anything published till family found her works and had them? I don't know, Aurora. I don't know. Yeah, so will you be unfulfilled? No. If you've led a good life and you're not dying alone in a cardboard box somewhere, then I don't see how you could feel unfulfilled in your life. Even if you don't know what your special gift is. Even if you're the kind of person who's an encourager, that's your gift. If you can encourage others, or you can teach others, or you can make somebody else feel special, even if it's a complete stranger, your life can't be unfulfilled. If you worked every day of your life at a fast food restaurant, and that was your joy, paid the bills, helped put kids through school, you can't feel unfulfilled. So if you never write all the books that are in your head, I'm saying don't worry. You haven't lived an unfulfilled life. Yeah, I can come up with 10 different books in 5 minutes, depending on what's going on around me. So, okay, we're going to cut it short a little early tonight. It is 7:20. And I want to check on my granddaughter, little warrior princess. She's the sweetest. Oh my gosh. She was all Miss Sassy Pants today with her. She had painted her fingernails. Yeah. Had a little bow in her hair. She's just the cutest little thing. Anyway, I'm getting a lot of text messages, so I need to take care of that. See, the grandma job comes first. The mother job always comes first. Being a wife, for me, that role is important. Being in my relationship with my husband, being his partner, on his team. Yes, I can put writing aside for a little while to help him where he needs help with. And just like he will put aside time to help me where I need help with. I don't even know where the hell I'm going with this. Anyway, I think the Adderall is starting to wear off. I take it first thing in the morning. Oh, she is a sassy girl. She's a little sassy pants. But she just, yeah. Thank God for Benadryl to help with the itching. And cornstarch. Because that did help. The cornstarch did. Anyway, I'm going to run. If you have ideas for a show, I would love to hear from you. I really do. If you have ideas, a specific topic that you'd like me to discuss some night, email me. It's just Susan@SusanTisdale.com. Email me because I want to know what's important to all of you. I want to make sure that I'm discussing topics that are important to you all. And I want to make sure that I don't want to be just motivational and inspiring to anybody. I want to be able to teach you things. And if I don't know, what I need is if there's a particular area you're struggling with or just a question about publishing or whatever, please send me an email. Okay? And we will go over those. Now, Friday night Live, we will be on Friday night. We're not going to Kentucky this week. And I might be doing things a little bit differently. We will see. But there's a good chance it's not going to be all about the writing Friday night. Anyway. Yeah, email me. Email me with those ideas. Anyway, I'm going to let you all go. Thank you all so much for being here tonight. I really, really appreciate it. I hope you all have a fabulous rest of your week. May your coffee cup never run dry. May your underwear not ride up the cocky yachts. And may your muse sing to you sweetly and beautifully and eloquently. And just have a really blessed week. I love you all. Take care. Bye-bye. Mwah!